I'm back, Dr. DePass, Chapter 6, Bad Boring. Should we try and walk home? Vera asked. We have air canisters. We're too far away, Flossie said, studying the GPS. We don't have enough air to make it back. Belle's injured. He'll never make it, Trey said, and I shot him a grateful look. Besides, it's safer to stay here, Flossie added. We still have pressurization and heat. For how long? Vera asked. I don't know, Vera, Flossie said. But, Vera, just stop, Flossie hissed in a low voice. You're scaring Belle. Which was true. I tried to get into a comfortable position. Every time I moved, it hurt. Finally, I closed my eyes. I must have fallen asleep because when I woke up, it was dark outside. What time is it? I asked groggily. 1900 hours, Trey said. We'd missed supper. I wonder what Salty Bill had cooked. I could really go for something warm right now, like his famous algae biscuits. Do you think they figured out we're gone? I asked. They might not have noticed we missed afternoon chores. But supper? I'm sure everyone knows something's up by now, Flossie said. She sounded confident, but for some reason it didn't make me feel better. How were they ever going to find us? Yeah, Trey agreed. You know how Cy is. He's probably stomping around looking for us right now. I don't know about that, Vera said in a small voice. Flossie's eyes narrowed. What did you do? I may have reset the light timers in the settlement. Trey's mouth dropped open, and all the digi-clocks, Vera added. Why? Flossie asked. To give us a few extra hours to explore, Vera said. To be honest, I was kind of impressed. Only Vera could think of something devious like that. So you mean they don't even know we're missing yet? Trey asked. Probably not, Vera said. I reset everything by 2 hours. We sat there looking at one another. Oh no, Vera said. What? I asked. She grimaced. I have to go to the bathroom. Now I knew what the grown-ups meant about being stuck on the spaceship. It had only been a few hours, and this was pure torture. The first thing I planned to do when I got home was never leave again. Not to mention, it was boring. And not good boring, it was bad boring. Good boring was predictable, like doing chores at the same time every day. It was no fun, but you knew what was expected. Bad boring was being bored and having absolutely no idea what was going to happen. Not knowing was scary, scarier than aliens or even French people. It stinks in here, and I'm hungry, Vera said. Well, at least one thing was predictable. You could always count on Vera to complain. I can't do anything about that, Flossie said. Well, I can, she said. Vera lifted up a silver backpack. I recognized it. There were emergency packs in every rover stocked with the basics. Medical supplies, water, meal bars, glow sticks. Hey, Flossie said, don't eat those yet. Why not? Vera asked. Because we don't know when we're going to be rescued. We should save it for an emergency. This is an emergency, Vera snapped. How hungry can you be anyway? You had lunch, Trey complained. You're not the boss of me, she said. Vera opened the backpack and shuffled through it. She picked up a meal bar. Vera, Flossie said in a low voice. Vera stared at the meal bar for a long moment and sighed. Fine, she said. Then she put it back and zipped the bag shut. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't get comfortable. Every time I moved, pain streaked through my shoulder, and my head was pounding. My head hurts, I whispered. Trey's eyes snapped to me. Where? Everywhere, I said. I think he's dehydrated, Flossie said. You should drink some water, Belle. But I thought we were saving it for an emergency, Vera asked. Like Flossie said, you should drink some water, Trey said in a firm voice. Flossie pulled out a pouch of water, broke a straw into it, and handed it to me. I looked at it, wondering how much water we had left, how long we could last with that small backpack of provisions, a few energy bars, and pouches of water. What would happen when they ran out? Are we going to die here? I asked. Of course not, Flossie said, but we'll run out of food in no time. What will we eat? We could always eat you, Trey said. I frowned at him. Well, Vera said, I did it. Did what? Trey asked. I peed in my suit, Vera announced. You did what? Flossie asked. It just happened, Vera said and snorted. Flossie burst into pearls of laughter. I would have laughed too, except it hurt too much. But Trey wasn't laughing. This isn't funny, he bit out. I know, Vera said. I'm the one in the suit. But I could tell he was getting angry from the tone of his voice. We wouldn't be stuck here if it wasn't for you, Trey groused. You should have let Flossie drive. She wouldn't have driven us into a sand dune. As their voices filled the rover, I closed my eyes. The grown-ups had been right all along. Mars was dangerous. If I got out of this alive, I would never, ever break a rule again. Then something banged hard against the rover, and Flossie screamed. Come back for Chapter 7. See you soon.